Hello, and welcome to today's webinar focusing on using the Education tab on the high school version of CareerLocker. This is Amy Rivera, your CareerLocker training representative. Let's get started. The page that you see in front of you is the professional home page. This is what you see when you first log into CareerLocker. Your students should not be seeing this page. That is why there are two different registration codes for each organization, a student code and a professional code. To access the high school version, I'm going to click on this high school link up in the top right-hand corner. This is the high school homepage. This is what your high school students see when they first log into CareerLocker. Today we're going to be looking at the Education tab. If I click on Education, here I have the ability to browse schools and colleges. I can search for schools and colleges, or I can compare schools and colleges. Let's take a look at the first link. Here I can find any school in the United States by selecting the first letter of the school, punching in a text, or I can find a Wisconsin school because I am located physically in the state of Wisconsin. My alma mater is St. Catherine University, so let's try to find that one. I'm going to type in Catherine. Here is St. Catherine University. Now I'm at a page that gives me a description of what this school is all about. It gives me the address, the phone number. I can even click on a link to the website. Here we are at St. Kate's. Information on general information, so it looks like this is a private Catholic university founded in 1905. It's accredited in an urban city, and we have enrollment information along with racial and ethnic background information, degrees offered, average class size, and again a link to the school's homepage. On the left-hand side, I can click on academics. So this will let me know what the test scores of freshmen who enrolled recently at this school. It looks like the majority of students that, the average ACT score for freshmen is 24, and the average GPA is 3.59. We also have a percentage of full-time students who complete their bachelor's degrees and attendance options. If I click on application and admissions on the left-hand side, we can look up information on school visits. Here is the admission information. Entrance difficulty, it's moderately difficult. And then information on last year's applicants and requirements for applications. We have athletic information. So here we see that St. Kate's is a Division III school. Division III schools do not offer scholarships. Expenses. St. Kate's expenses for in-state and out-of-state tuition is the same. That's usually the case for private schools. They have the same rate regardless of what state you live in. We have fees, and then room and board information as well. Majors and degrees. If I decide I want to in St. Kate's and major in accounting, I'm on the fence about accounting and marketing. So I see here St. Kate's also offers marketing. So I can feel comfortable knowing that if I go to St. Kate's, I don't have to worry about transferring from accounting to a whole nother school because St. Kate's also has marketing. This B stands for bachelor's. The C stands for certificate. There's an A for D for diploma and other like letters. Student life, this tells me what kinds of services are offered for students who attend St. Kate's. There's a library, there's campus housing, there's academic services, there's even services for students with disabilities, and there's a women's center for students who are parents. I have the ability to compare schools. So if I click go, I can compare St. Kate's to another school. So let's click on Madison. I'm located at Madison at UW-Madison. Of course, I don't have Madison here. Let me see here, UW-Madison. Oh, full educational list. University of Wisconsin-Madison. Here we are. I can click on this, and it brings up each school side by side. So they're both urban, in an urban setting. One's private, one's public. We have the student ratio, retention of students. Ooh, Madison has a better retention of students, but Madison also has a lot more students than St. Ethnic breakdown, and then the level of degrees offered. We can compare academic information, application and admissions, athletics, expenses, study, and student life. So, for example, if I look at expenses, a lot less expensive to attend a state university to go to Madison than it is to attend a Catholic university. But if you are out of state, if you're not from the state of Wisconsin, your state rate does go up to $25,421. This was for the 2011-2012 school year, so this has gone up a little bit. All right, we can now print this comparison, but I'm going to click the back button. Go back to St. Kate's. Lastly, I can see St. Kate's is one of my favorites, or I can print this information page on St. Kate's. So if I click Save, it's edited. Save. All of my favorite schools will be saved in my ILE portfolio. On the left-hand side, under Schools and Colleges. So I have St. Kate's on here, College of St. Catherine, St. Catherine University. They actually used to be St. Catherine University, or they used to be College of St. Catherine, but now they're St. Catherine University. They changed their name recently. Okay, so that was browsing colleges and schools. The search for colleges and schools works a little different. I can actually find a school that meets my criteria. So, for example, I'm living in the state of Wisconsin right now. I am sick of the cold. I'm sick of the snow. I'm crawling and slipping and sliding and being late in the time. I'm going to move to the Southwest. And I don't mind which state, any of those states will do. Then the next category, I want to get a bachelor's degree in, let's say, business, in accounting. I can find a low tuition rate, so let's do all of these. I could also find schools based on enrollment criteria, athletics, affiliation. Let's say that I don't really care. So if I click on results, there are 102 schools in the southwestern part of the United States that match my specific criteria. And the first state that appears is Arkansas. So even in New Mexico, looks like Brookline College offers a bachelor's degree in accounting. In Southwest, bachelor's accounting with tuition relatively low. So again, I can click on this college and find the information on Brookline College. Albuquerque, New Mexico, private four-year institution. Bernalillo County. I can go directly into this compare colleges and schools. So here are my two schools that I compared the last time. I can browse majors and degrees. So if a student says to you, I don't care what I do, I just want to major in Spanish. So if I click language, I'm going to try to find Spanish on here. Spanish language and literature. So this page gives me a description of the major and degree, not the occupation. So Spanish language and literature, Spanish or programs in Spanish language and literature focus on the spoken and written traditions of Spain and Latin America. Then we have program admission information. This is typical. And then this list right here, again, is typical course. So this is real nice for students that are not quite sure they're on the about specific majors. It's nice to see what typical courses they would have to take are going to be, and that would help them make their decision on which major they want to choose. This actually is very good. Related occupations, what kind of career, what kind of occupation could I pursue with a degree in Spanish? Translator, interpreter, university professors. I could also be a school teacher. Training schools and colleges. What schools in the United States offer Spanish as a program? And so because I am physically located in Wisconsin, Wisconsin will pop up first. But if I am in California, I can click on CA, and here's a list of all of the schools in the state of California that offer Spanish. And again, if I click on one, I can find information on that school. So for example, this Los Angeles College is a 2-year public associate's school. Lastly, I can browse graduate school information on Spanish, and then Save Spanish is one of my favorites. So I'm going to delete one of my old ones. I can only have 10 programs of study saved at one time. So if I go to my ILP portfolio, I will find my favorite majors and degrees here on the Where Am I Going section. And again, here's that Spanish language and literature saved today. When I click on it, I go right back to that information page on Spanish language. So if I go to the Education tab, I can also browse information on adult apprenticeships and school to career programs. I can browse graduate schools. And over here on the left-hand side, I can find financial aid assistance, the best internet links for financial aid. I can even click on this class banner, which if I punch in, there is a nice GPA calculator. So for example, if I add a class, let's do Spanish, it's 4 credits and it meets my core, my major requirements. And the that I got was a 3.7 and included in my GPA. If I click OK, then it looks like my GPA is, GPA -2. That one. Oh, 3.4, huh? What? Oh, let's try that one. Okay, good. Now I'm up to 3.28. Awesome. So this is a nice way to calculate future GPAs. We also have information on the academic test prep, which has to be purchased separately, but for your high school students, it is a nice feature. It's the official Peterson's ACT test prep, but there are also other practice tests that belong to the PSAT, the SAT, the GED, ASVAB, and whatnot. And this is a flat $480 per year for each school building. Okay, so that was education in a nutshell. Remember that our education information can be saved in our ePortfolio under schools and colleges and majors and degrees. If you are a professional working with students, you can go back to the professional site and click on Access Student ILP ePortfolio, accept that you have a legitimate interest, and then find the name of the student and see what schools or universities or majors and degrees they have saved in their ePortfolios. All right, so that pretty much wraps up our webinar for looking at and using the Education tab on the high school version of CareerLocker. If you have any questions, email me, arivera3@wisc.edu. That's ARI, as in Victor, ERA3 @WI, as in Sam, C.edu. Feel free to check out all of my other webinars and send me questions as you have them. Thanks so much. Over and out.